It was a big mess, and the whole city of 600,000 people had to go away. But it wasn't the kind of suffering that was in these other disasters. So you had about the same number of dead in the Pakistan floods as in Hurricane Katrina. But in Hurricane Katrina, you only had 3 or 4 million people affected, where you had 20 million affected in Pakistan floods. So I would say that out of all the disasters, these natural disasters that I've deployed to, the easiest one and less suffering by far was Hurricane Katrina, and most suffering was Pakistan earthquake. But then again, I'm only one good person. I couldn't see every city, every village, and everything. This is my impression, what I saw.
Okay. Every opinion is usually a personal opinion. That can be generalized after discussion. Okay, what about the security of your doctors in Pakistan, as the condition prevailing in Pakistan is not good?
Well, I can tell you that in 5 years of living in Pakistan, I have not had a single threat for me or my doctors, even some Gora doctors that have come. I have not spent a paisa on security, not a single paisa on security. Although I have gone personally to SWAT several times. I've gone to SWAT, I've been in SWAT, I just came from SWAT. I've been to Kholistan, I've been to AJK, I've been to the line of control. I've been to Charsada, where we have a hospital. I've been to Peshawar. I have never experienced any threat. I've been to Shikarpur. We're working in Shikarpur since flood. My teams are working in Balochistan, although I did not go personally because they told me that you need NOC for that place. So my teams were there working in Sidi and Jafarabad, but I didn't personally go. But I did personally go to Sakar and Shikarpur and Charsada and Nowshera and Mardan and Swat and these places. I don't travel with guns or security. I don't travel with a big vehicle. I just have a simple vehicle, and I go and I meet the people, and I meet them as human beings and as a human being. And I leave it in the hands of the Creator what happens. Because I'm not going to let a few idiots who may think that by killing me or kidnapping me or doing something to me, whatever they want to do, I'm not going to let those few who may cause some mischief for me stop me from helping thousands of innocent children who deserve my help. I feel compelled to come to Pakistan. 5 minutes into the door, I gave my son a hug. I had come back from Hurricane Katrina. He's 20 years old now, so he was about 15 at the time. I gave him a hug. We sat down to a pizza. We turned on the television. Earthquake in Pakistan. So without hesitation, I turned to my son. I said, I'm going to Pakistan. So I've just come back from one disaster. Now I'm going to go to another. And I immediately got on the computer and Googled the Pakistan Embassy and called them to volunteer my services and then join that group of doctors. People have said to me, you have gone now to all these disasters, so you are addicted to disasters? You like going to disasters? No. I can't stand going to disasters. I hate seeing children suffering. I can't stand it. But there's one thing I hate even more, I can't stand even more, and that's knowing in my heart that I can do something for them. I cannot ignore them. I can't go to sleep and forget about them and say, okay, someone else will take care. I know that I can do something, so I feel a responsibility, compulsion. So when the Pakistan earthquake happened, in spite of the fact that many people that I've worked with in New York on 9/11 and in Hurricane Katrina, who I invited to come with me to Pakistan, one of them did. A gentleman named Jim Kushner, ex-U.S. Marine, and he came with me. But other than that, a lot of people I worked with said, why are you going to Pakistan? It's full of people who hate Americans. And if you go, they're going to kill you. It doesn't matter if you're coming to help them. They don't care. They hate you. They're going to kill you. You're going into the belly of the beast, is what some of them even said. And one of them, I remember saying to me, going as far as saying, why are you going to help children who are going to grow up and kill you and your family and your nation just later in years? And so I said, I don't believe that. I don't believe that Pakistan is like that. There are human beings there. They're hurting. They're suffering. Maybe there's some bad guys there. Certainly we have bad guys in America too. So I'm not going to let whatever I do from Israel stop me from going and doing that which I believe God put a feeling in my heart that you have to go. An irresistible compulsion to go and help whoever I could there. So without knowing hardly anything about Pakistan, I landed in Pakistan. And it has been a fascinating journey. And I'm sorry it took an earthquake for me to come here.
Sir, we are highly thankful to you. We have no proper words to thank you for your services in Pakistan, as you are telling, from 2005 to 2011. And please convey my message to your friends there who were stopping you that you should not go to Pakistan. That Pakistanis, they admit your services. Not only the government of Pakistan, the peoples of Pakistan as well. And I totally agree with you that there are certain bad guys, but there are certain problems due to the diplomacy of the governments and many misunderstandings they develop, they create, and they pull the peoples apart from each other.
Exactly.
And but as you are observing and as you are experiencing in Pakistan, that if you are here, you will feel that no one will create a problem for you. And if you are providing services to Pakistanis, they will be thankful to you. Okay. So that will be definitely wonderful to hear your experience in Pakistan. That how did you find the peoples of Pakistan?
I have never experienced hospitality and the way that guests are treated. In 40 years of my life, I'm 44 now. In 40 years of my life, I have never experienced such hospitality. Even though I've traveled all over as a musician, I worked and played as a musician for many years in America and traveled all over and met people who were very good to me and very kind to me and a lot of hospitality. But the hospitality that I've received from Pakistani people has been unmatched in my life.
Oh, that's great. These are really wonderful words for all of Pakistan. Okay. As you were saying that there were some Gora doctors as well. So, what was their experience about Pakistan?
Their families were terrified.
And what about themselves?
And yet they came because they also felt a calling to help the humanity and extend friendship and services to the people that were suffering. And when they left, they felt exactly as I did. And they were crying because they not only did they help people, but they made lasting bonds of friendship with people. Relieved, so they were in tears. And a couple of them went to India before. They did some work in India, then they came here. And they were telling me, we thought we were going to have a great time in in India and a terrible time in Pakistan. And instead we had a terrible time in India and a great time in Pakistan. I've never been to India, personally. I've been right up to the line of control, and in Sri Lanka, I was in Colombo, and then in Galle, and of course India, south of India is very close by, but I've never been to India myself. This is what they were telling me. That their impression before going was that they would have a great time there, and it didn't work out that way. This is the opposite.
I have visited many times the earthquake area in AJK and in Pushtun Khyber Pushtunkhwa. And me myself, medical doctor, and I was teaching at a medical university.
Which medical university?
Bakai.
Dr. Bakai. I know Dr. Bakai.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we were there, three of my students doing their fellowship in United States of America, they were here for helping the peoples of Pakistan. 7-8 times or more to all, but there were Brazilian doctors.
Yeah, and we worked quite a bit with Cubans were with us. One of the hospitals I had actually invited to work with us, and they came and worked working together in Pakistan. Can you imagine?
But there were certain problems. A language barrier was there.
Yeah. In the Cuban camp, in the Cuban hospital, we had 3 of my employees that were local to Kashmir.